Hi there, this is Fi. We're checking out Runegame. This is a game I've not played before. I don't know anything about it. We're going to give it a playtest, though, and see if we can give some useful feedback. I've got the game page open here. It says a game where you perform operations on electromagnetic runes to solve puzzles. Controls WASD or mouse to move / look. F is interact. Press the button near the doorway or pass through an open door to reset all machines and runes. Home, I believe that's the home key, is restart game use only if you get stuck in geometry or something. There's no save system, so you'll have to redo all the puzzles. Alright, so we have WASD in the mouse and the F button. Should be about it. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. We'll get rid of the overlay. Not seeing anything past this screen. This is how the game launches. So we've got mouse look, we've got very blank walls. Sensitivity is kind of wacky. For me, it's quite high. I don't believe we have options, so I'm going to bump down the mouse DPI setting here, so it's more reasonable, I guess. But yeah, it'll be nice to have settings for things such as mouse sensitivity and obviously everything else. But it's all right for an early build. We can still play fine, I am sure. Welcome, iteration number 99,999. This kind of gives me those Portal vibes, like, I don't know if I'm being tested in a test chamber or something like the Portal style thing. I don't know what it says EM rune, F to take, so we can lug this around. It's like we can press F to drop it. I kind of wish I could like click to throw it, just because so many games do that, and it's kind of satisfying, I guess. Required pattern. Oh. What is... So this always, when you pick it up, it always orients itself. So even regardless of how it's laying, it always puts this part upward, so I guess that's meant to match here. That was unexpected. I guess we have to get this kind of context-sensitive little pop-up thing. I almost wonder if... Oh, pressing F right here doesn't do anything. So for whatever reason, this also has a pop-up, but pressing F isn't like bound to anything. So it feels weird because I feel like I should be able to drop this. But like if I'm facing something like this, it just doesn't do anything. So it's a little confusing. Yeah, apart from that, I wonder if maybe you should have this kind of get sucked into the hole or something if you just drop it, as opposed to requiring context sensitivity like this. I don't know, or maybe you could just broaden the collider or whatever you're using for the context sensitivity, so it's much harder to miss it, I guess. We got a little beep sound that was weird right in the left ear, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I mean, it's a weird little ping sound. It's not a big deal, but when it's like entirely in one channel or the other, it's pretty annoying when you're wearing headphones to hear any kind of sound like that. Looks like we can press a button which doesn't appear to do anything, and this is reset rooms. Another slot we need. So walking through here resets, but I can carry this in. So maybe, okay, that makes sense, I guess. Okay, so there's like this arrow. It kind of looks like a chevron, I guess. Arrow visualization, which I suppose is indicating that, are meant to indicate that this is going to be applied to this one. Okay, that makes sense. The only thing is like this whole thing and this thing, they kind of look similar. I mean, this base part is kind of the same color and everything. The only real difference visually, apart from the button on it, is this kind of upper backing part. But a lot of it looks quite similar, so I would suggest, visually differentiating this further. Because because it's quite ambiguous from the first impression, for sure. And yeah, you could do a lot, you know, with visuals and different colors and stuff. It'd be quite simple to make some kind of differentiations here. I don't know what that buzz sound was all about. Maybe this thing got cleared out, and I guess that's what happened. There's another rune here. Is that... Wait, what? Oh, I think this might have been a little buggy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a little buggy, so you can see the little pop-up. It says EM rune take. So that was quite misleading, but apparently that's not actually what it's supposed to say here, so I think that's just a bug. I don't know what these lights on the side are. There's white lights here. I think one of those went out before when I did this. Maybe there's like a limited number of uses or something. Oh, okay, so it's like rotating. It's like actually rotating the symbol here. Yeah, that appears to be uses as far as I can tell here. So yeah, the colliders, I mean, one thing is if you just put like a little tiny little reticle or whatever in the middle, that'll also help a bit with the feeling of being able to be accurate. For the most part, it's fine, but it's like it just kind of feels a little silly when it's like sometimes you try to aim at the thing and you press the button and it doesn't work, and you have to go back and like try it again. That probably just wouldn't happen if you had a little, you know, just like a little dot in the center of the screen or something, so you just actually kind of know what you're pointing at. Really small thing that would probably make a not insignificant difference. Another rotatey deal, and this is some kind of function here. So we're going to start with this, and that rotates, and then this does something. I guess that kind of mirrored it. Oh, how did it go from here to there and then there? What? Interesting how the sound effect goes at different lengths of time, I guess. So I can't really... There's apparently a pattern here, but... F key. I kind of want to use the E key. I'm more used to using E for this kind of thing, but... What is it, randomized? It must be randomized, okay. Yeah, this is quite confusing. I mean, my expectation was that there was going to be some kind of a pattern here, which I guess would have been quite challenging to figure out. I have this image in my head of like the you know, the crazy guy that has whatever they call that when you start finding patterns and things where they don't really exist, you know, and putting like a ton of time into figuring out what this ultra complex pattern would be, and it was actually just completely random. So yeah, that's a little confusing. I mean, I'd rather something about this was a little clearer, but I'm fairly confident that what I ended up with is random here. So I guess we need that basically, and then we can rotate it to down there. Oops. I'm noticing now that there's a lot of inertia on the movement. It's generally fine because you don't need to do, oops, oh crap, you don't need to do too much. That's a little silly to just like accidentally kind of reset your puzzle. Just messing about like that, could be frustrating. I don't know, but like maybe there's something you could do to prevent that from happening. But yeah, I'd suggest toning down the inertia. It just kind of makes it a little more fiddly than it needs to be for the movement. I mean, just less responsive, but it's not something that matters a lot, but it's kind of like, why not, you know? Oh, this needs like something on it. It's like I still used up one of these even though it was invalid. I'm not sure if that's something you want to happen. I think would kind of make more sense that the machine would understand that, you know, it being invalid and not actually performing the operation wouldn't result in you know, using one of these limited uses or whatever. All right, that's actually the right one. There we go. I think we're supposed to carry this on, maybe? Or we get another one here. Looks like we need 2 now anyway, so I am supposed to carry this. Huh? So this is the same kind of rune. Oh, these don't actually have patterns on them. So that's fine. But then I have to carry them back in, right? I guess there's some kind of addition going on here. Yeah, it's got a lot of things lit up. That makes sense. Okay, so we're supposed to start with this guy. I'm gonna want it on this one, I believe. Let me get that. So of course you have to do it in the right order, but not that hard to figure out. Still interesting though. Another addition one. So one thing I do like is how everything is quite condensed. So I mean, it's not maybe it's less you know, just less interesting a layout compared to you know, to make the unfortunate comparison, something like Portal, where you have, you know, all this actual you know, fancy level design going on, and you have to, sometimes you go through like these weird passageways and stuff between puzzles and that kind of thing. Whereas in this game, it's kind of like as soon as you finish one, you just like immediately here and you're already working on the next one. So it kind of creates a nice pacing, I think, where you're kind of being stimulated mentally, and that's kind of nice. I mean, it's also a good way to keep a game focused, I suppose, as long as you have enough of these puzzles to keep somebody going. It actually doesn't look like there's anything beyond this door, but I'm not sure if it's... Oh, maybe there is. I guess it's just the lack of ceiling and stuff is creating an illusion here. Let's go ahead and work on this one. So this looks a little bit trickier. I guess the one on the left is right here, so that's easy enough. Then we have to create, it's only additive, right? We don't have like subtraction yet. So maybe it's not that hard after all. Which of these? Okay, it's helpful to see everything at once here. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be this one and this one. F key. Again, I'm trying to use the E key. I think this is basically the same as the last one, except there's just more options to to mislead you. I don't know. So I think we want this on the left. Go in there. Yes. One thing I noticed, it doesn't give any indication that this is correct. That might be nice to have when you have like more than one thing. Obviously, when you get them all correct, you get the feedback based on the door opening, but it might just be nice, you know, just some kind of a, you know, something lighting up or whatever. Just say, okay, good job. It's kind of satisfying, if nothing else. All right, we've got like a full, well, I guess they can go around the edges. It's only the middle parts that are filled in here. So it looks like we have to add these 3, and then this one has junk that we don't want. So as long as, yeah, we don't have any subtraction going on, so we're not going to use this one at all, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and just start adding. Looks like we might have to do some kind of rotation. Just check that. So it might be nice. Okay. And sometimes you might want to see, like, look at these, right? I guess it can be confusing if you're looking at it from the wrong side. You got to get the little thing. At least you have a little thing on the side that gives the helps you to orient it if you're not holding it visually. But sometimes if these get like knocked over or whatever, it could be a little bothersome. But it looks like it's up. What? Okay. Sometimes it just chucks it, and sometimes it. Okay, so I suppose we've got a slightly different behavior here. I never realized this before. Oh, you can actually kind of drop it underneath you, which is a little janky, I would say. Yeah, it looks like we have a slightly different drop behavior depending on the vertical placement of the camera or the view here. So if I want to just drop it, okay. If I want to drop it simply, just look down a little bit. Whereas if I'm up here, it just kind of gives it a slight toss, which is, you know, tends to tumble it. So it's interesting that it has two different behaviors like that. Okay, so I could imagine somebody going like a really long time without ever figuring that out. So I'm not sure if that would be something you'd want to like try to teach the player, you know, because that is useful if you want to drop it this way so you can kind of see what's on it. It's just a very subtle detail, so I could imagine somebody, you know, I didn't figure it out for this long, but of course somebody could go quite a bit longer through the game without noticing that, I would imagine. The other thing is I don't think it works very well when you look down too low. It starts to get a little janky. I would try to fix that somehow. But let's go ahead and try and continue on here. We do have, I reset my DPI up, and you can kind of kick this, I guess. Ugh, yeah, getting a little janky. It's a little particular. Looks like we're going to want... We do have limited uses, so we have to look out for that. We only get 4 of these, so we have to be efficient to get more of these. I think if we just... We only get 4 editions. I'm worried about running out of uses here, because obviously if I just had infinite uses, this would be simpler. So we could try this. I used up 3 of those. I don't know if I want to do one way or the other. Gosh. Yeah, the limited uses starts making things a little bit stressful. Like, it seems like a lot that you might have to keep in mind all at once. Which seems kind of tricky, because it's like storing a lot of stuff in your memory. I'm not sure if I'm very good at that kind of puzzle. But it's also hard for me to discern, like, how... Like, if I just go through with this, is it going to end up going bad, or do I have, like, a lot more leeway than I think I do right now? Like, I'm not really sure. Darn thing. I guess I could just use the same one again. I didn't think about that. Maybe I should have... I didn't consider the fact that I could just use... Oh, you know what? It occurs to me once I finish one of these, I think I can just like... I think I can just use this to just do a whole thing like that, right? Yeah, okay. So that makes it a lot easier. Like, I didn't need quite as many of these as I thought I would have. So yeah, and it ended up being more forgiving than I thought it would be. I thought I might have had to be like... I thought I might have had to have been a lot more efficient with the moves there. You can leave one of your runes here. You won't need it for the other puzzles. All right, thank you for letting me know. Go ahead and stay there. I don't know what this is. Custom pattern. Ah, push red button. Oh no, my DPI. So yeah. Definitely gonna want some mouse sensitivity options there. I had to reset it so I could like do this properly. Push red button on machine to apply pattern after setting it here. Okay, yeah. So you kind of have an extra step here. I'm not sure if that's the intended like final behavior of this or whatever, but I don't know yet what I'm doing with this one. So, oh, okay, this. Alright, so next with like the borders and stuff. Okay, there we go. Like this, and I assume if you click again, it'll switch it off. Looks like it's pretty forgiving for clicking, so that's nice to see. It's not like you have to click exactly like inside of the line there. It's a nice little detail, and then get my DPI settings back. F. Actually, after using the left mouse button to click with this, maybe wonder why like I'm using the F key for triggering everything instead of just clicking the left mouse button on everything. So that's quite weird. Like why do we have more than one input? And if there's only one input, why aren't we just using the mouse button? So that's kind of a peculiarity, I would say. What is that? What am I looking at here? It's like this, right? That's another reset-y thing, but there's... Whoa, okay, this is like a weird maze. Okay. Alright, a little bit additionally disorienting by the fact that all the walls are just plain white, I think. I don't know what this is. That looks awkward. I can walk through here just fine. And I'm supposed to... Wait, there's this one and then this one. This is very disorienting. I don't quite like it. I also feel like I think the field of view is maybe a little low. Like when I'm out here, it's not a problem whatsoever. But this is very claustrophobic. This feels really kind of quite uncomfortable, actually. Like I don't have claustrophobia, but it just it feels very disorienting. That's the only issue here. So it's kind of hard to like even tell what you're looking at, you know, and get this sense of like where you are in all of this. So yeah, I think if you're gonna try a maze, I would maybe just kind of widen things up a bit, give a little more air to breathe. Also, just more visual differentiation between stuff would make a big difference. I'm not sure how much of this is placeholder. I kind of like the simple look of things for the most part. It does, of course, look pretty unfinished in terms of like up here and stuff. So I don't know, maybe all the walls will have some kind of a texture or something at some point. But at least for this kind of thing, I don't care for like the plain white walls just because it's more disorienting. So there's one of these guys kind of hidden over here. I'm a little confused about this because as far as I can tell... Wait. Okay, it's not doing the beep anymore. I guess it's because I'm not holding this. Wait, this one beeps, even if I'm not holding it. Why aren't these making the beep anymore? Doesn't this object designate that these are one of the resetting things? Wait, I heard a tiny little sound. Why? Okay. I think it's a little buggy, maybe? It seems like when I walk across this doorway type deal, it's making a little ping sound, but it's like emitting from over here, and the distance of how the listener is set up, it kind of the drop off distance or whatever is kind of small, so it sounds like it's like if I do it right here, I can just barely hear it. It's probably really hard to hear in the capture because I have it the game audio a little bit lower than it's down a bit so I can talk over it, but I can hear it. It's coming from the left, but like if I'm right here, I can't hear it anymore. It's like only when I'm up against this wall. So I'm not sure. Maybe there's just purely a bug from the audio perspective. Okay, see, now it's making the ping sound properly. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from over here now. So this seems a little buggy. I'm not sure what the deal is. I'm also just confused, like this appears to be completely surrounded by these resetty things. Oh, wait a minute. What's over here? Can I get over here? Ah, I never even noticed that there. That's weird. Oop, that's a little weird. For some reason when I walk against this wall, I end up with my face inside the box or something. Okay. But yeah, apparently there's a little peaky spot over here I can drop this into. Okay, that's kind of silly. That's not really I'm not sure if that's a puzzle as much as just like a silly, like a cheeky little I don't know, hidden part of the level kind of deal. So this should be straightforward enough. Actually, I just don't remember what the pattern is anymore. I've been yammering on here. Oh, okay. So I assume if I start punching it in and then come back over here, I'm going to trigger these again, which I want to avoid because it might reset the progress on the thing. Setting it over there, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it even works that way. So I'm just supposed to remember this. I guess it's not the hardest thing. I have a pretty terrible memory. But I hope I can handle this much. I think it was like this, and then I don't remember now. Yeah, I already forgot what the middle parts look like. That's terrible. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, having a really poor memory is quite a funky experience. Yeah, I got that quite wrong. I can't say I recommend it. I believe. Oh, this completely reset, right? Wait. No, I think. Oh, this should be quite embarrassing, actually. I think it was these two, and then. Okay. Whoa. The DPI tried to turn around and I just did a 360 and walk away kind of deal. Yeah, okay. Please, okay. Alright, I did it. That's a silly design for a puzzle, in my opinion. Oh, okay, this guy is quite active and wow. So this appears to have a pad, and it's a little weird how it kind of rotates. It's like it rotates 180 degrees and then like 135 degrees or something like that afterwards. Interesting. So if I pick it up, It's just gonna keep going. If I put it in here, does it keep going? It does. So at some point it's gonna match, but then that just wants a blank one, so there it goes. Alright, that guy's annoying. I don't like listening to that sound over and over again. It's a bit bothersome, but what the heck? Wait, what? So that's easy enough, but this one's gonna change, right? Am I supposed to just try to do it really fast? Oh my gosh, I only get one more try. How do I make you stop? Oh no. So this would be a time where like the inertia on the controls and stuff would be probably better if it was a little bit less. It was a little more responsive. This already ran out of tries here. I guess we should do this one first. Get the heck out of here. Let's do that. I guess I should do this one because that one's slightly closer. Frick, man! Alright, so yeah, this is kind of like all that junk I was talking about before that's kind of like not really necessary but can be kind of nice, you know, just like have a little reticle, maybe, you know, some things about the movement and whatever, adjustments like that, just to make things slightly cozier to you know, control stuff. Before it was like it didn't actually matter, but at this point it kind of does if you're going to do this kind of thing, assuming I'm approaching this puzzle correctly in the first place, which I guess I could be wrong about that, but I think it's just supposed to work this way. Okay, alright, we did it. Okay. Interesting, okay, so we're supposed to like... The one on the left will happen naturally, but we want to like... Oh crap, I can't hit the button. Alright, so yeah, it's getting a little annoying when you're trying to hit the stuff and you can't find out where to aim the view. So when you have this kind of timing based stuff, you don't want to have to deal with this kind of thing where it's like you can't hit the button when you need to and all that jazz. There we go. Okay. So it's easy to make this, but then... What on earth? We only have two, right? I assume... Wait, let me make sure this works the way I think it does. Oh, that has nothing on it. Oh, wait. Right, okay. Let's do this. Yeah, it deletes it. Huh? That didn't look right. Wait, what is it doing? Apparently this doesn't work the way I thought it does. Okay, that was very different from what I thought. Actually, I'm quite glad I noticed that. I was kind of accidentally noticing. Apparently this cycles between different states. It's not hardwired to always create the shape. It'll actually store the memory of whatever you add to it. It just cycles to different things. So that is a detail that I imagine would be hard for someone to figure out. I mean, maybe someone would figure it out right away, but it's not intuitive, I would say. I'm not sure actually what to do with this puzzle. So okay. Yeah, actually I think I do know what to do. So we have to set this up on one of the states of this thing. And then we have to use this thing to additively create this pattern on every state except for this one. So I think we have to create you have to add this shape first. We have to add this shape first. Then, wait. Oh no. Wait a minute, what? What if we... Oh my gosh. I think this makes sense. Oh my goodness, this is kind of weird. Right? And then... Fantastic. Wow. Okay, so that was more tricky than previous ones. It felt like a little bit of a bump up in the complexity all of a sudden. But yeah, interesting to figure out. That's not I don't have any memory of doing a puzzle quite like this before. So very interesting, I guess. There's definitely a couple more steps there than I kind of thought there would be originally. Now this looks quite different. I haven't encountered this before, so I'm not sure if... Yeah, okay, I thought maybe that might be some kind of a finale. Oh, you get a nice little view of everything. Alright, congratulations on beating the game. Thanks for playing. Congratulations. We got buttons. Itch page. YouTube channel. Interesting. Okay, so I'm assuming that's going to bump open the web browser. Which, I mean, maybe you might want to put a little note saying that if you press this, it's going to open your web browser, that kind of thing. But I mean, if it's not clear enough to someone, I don't know. But yeah, it looks like that's all we're going to get. I guess we do have a jump button. I didn't actually press that, I don't think, at any point in time until now. Wow. Can I actually... Oh my gosh. I can go down here. Oh no, I can't. That is not a floor. that is the skybox. Okay, I thought there was like a white floor. It doesn't look like there's a kill plane either. So that's silly. Always good to have a kill plane, even if you never expect the player to. I mean, obviously this is just silly, and the developer probably knows this is possible. But oh, I think I actually. Whoa. No, I think it actually crashed or something. Oh my gosh, I think it crashed. But yeah, it's a good idea to have a kill plane, even if you don't expect the player to ever, fall out of the world. What the heck? Oh, sorry, I just got a weird notification. Let's wrap this up. Wait a minute. I think the skybox is still moving. I thought it crashed. It stopped responding to input. I can't move the camera anymore, so that's kind of weird. But yeah, very interesting game. I would say just those little details that I mentioned, they're not that big a deal, but it's just gonna make it comfier to play, and just the controls and stuff. Apart from that, the puzzles are interesting. I don't care for the sound effects. That might just all be placeholder also, for all I know. But they do get a little annoying in certain cases. I would tweak the way the listener works. I think the fall off is too harsh. Like stuff just goes from kind of quite loud to completely silent a little bit too quickly, maybe. And had some, it seemed like some audio bugs in there. I'd also be, well, maybe that might just be part of the way the listener works in Unity. I was going to say something about, don't hard pan between left and right channel, that kind of thing, but that's probably not so much in your control. I don't know. I haven't really made a 3D game before myself, so yeah, I think apart from those things, just more puzzles, and I don't know what else you have planned for the game, but as it is, it was pretty interesting. Hopefully you found the video useful for you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one.